But the surprising thing for most people, and I found it surprisingly awesome, was that the LA Galaxy had exactly $0 in general allocation money, meaning that they had used all of their general allocation money in making sure that the roster was compliant. Now, there's a couple things that I can share with you. One is that the LA Galaxy prioritized, and I am 100% serious whenever I say this, prioritized having this team put together before the start of the season. It worked for them last year. They were hoping that it would work from this year, and they had the added pressure of the CONCACAF Champions League. So you look at all the moves they made with Gaston Brugman going off. You look at the moves with Mark Delgado going off, Dejan Joveljic, and all the things that sort of happened. The LA Galaxy were making moves in order to get money so that way they could be roster compliant and still replace the guys like bring in guys like Nascimento and bring in Lucas Sanabria, and those were sort of going to be the guys that they wanted to focus on and bring in at those U22 spots to get a lot of action out of them. But if you'll notice on here, there aren't too many other teams that have $0. Now, FC Cincinnati only has $6,400. So it's not like whenever you're looking at the breadth of leagues of everything that's going on, that there aren't other teams that are basically in a similar situation as the LA Galaxy. FC Cincinnati, for all intents and purposes, Kevin, is 100% the same boat as the LA Galaxy. They have $6,400. You can't do anything with $6,400 whenever you're talking about players that cost, millions and millions of dollars, right? That type of thing, or even in the $400,000 range. So the LA Galaxy getting into that jam position of $0. One is, I will say this, in a lot of ways, you want your teams to be as efficient as possible whenever it comes to the general allocation money and what you're trying to do. So you want them to spend a large portion of the general allocation money. That means that they put the money into the roster and that they have now made that roster compliant. Remember, the general allocation money pays down the budget charges of those 1 through 20 players. Every player has a budget charge, all in all of the senior roster, and those budget charges get paid down in order to be compliant for the salary cap. And our salary cap right now for this year is going to be $5.95 million, if I remember that correctly. And that's for senior roster slots 1 through 20. So you want to see the LA Galaxy going out and spending the money for this and doing that stuff. That being said, it does limit flexibility.